So we will be doing a functional foam rolling technique using the dock and roll. Functional foam rolling is basically taking groups of muscles or the connections of the fascia to help, and working on those to help out with your movement. So to get the front arm line, first you want to work on the chest, and then we'll go towards the shoulders, the deltoids, we'll go towards the biceps, into the wrist flexors or the front of the forearm. We can also get into the palm if you desire. To get the back arm, you want to go from the upper traps all the way into the shoulder, to the triceps or the back of the arm, all the way towards the back part of the forearm, into the extensors right back in through here if you desire. Now again, what we'll do is we'll start here, chest, go all the way towards the fingers, and then we'll go directly towards here and go all the way back up because it's a lot more efficient. So first you want to make sure that the dock and roll is at a level that you feel comfortable with. From there you're going to place the tissue that you work on directly on it. So I'm going to work on my chest, I'll work on this side. So my chest, I'm starting at the sternum and then I'm going out towards my shoulder or the deltoid. Now some females, they don't prefer to do this, and that's fine. If you do, just move some of the breast tissue out of the way or go only where you feel comfortable. I'll have you lie face down, or I'll have you look downward, placing that area directly on the roll itself. I'm starting at my chest just like that. I'm going to take a knee on this one, and then from there I'm going to go all the way out towards where my shoulder is. So I'm going towards my chest like this, and then I'm bringing it all the way out towards my shoulder. Starting here, all the way out towards my shoulder. Notice that my thumb is pointing downward. If you actually want to keep it thumb point upwards to stretch out that pec a little bit more, you're more than welcome to. Or if you want to find an area, tack it down, start with your thumb down and then point it up, that's okay as well. Another technique you can do, keep your elbow bent with your fist pointing down towards the floor and then turn it upward like that. So I'm going to tack down the tissue and then I'll point upward. Find another spot and then point upward. Okay, after you work on the pecs, then you'll go on the deltoids. So I'm going on the deltoid, starting where the pecs end, where the deltoids start or the shoulder muscle starts. I'm going right to where it kind of drops off. So there's like a bump. So I'm going from there to there. So I'm just going to hold that position if you desire, and then finding another spot and holding it down. Then we're going to drop it down towards the biceps. So I'm going off where it bumps, going all the way to where my elbow bends. So I'm starting right where the shoulder is, going to where my elbow bends. You can keep your elbow bent. If you want to straighten it out, you're more than welcome to. So you can find a spot you want to work on, straighten out your arm, take your thumb, and make sure that it points back towards your butt area. So again, I'm going to find an area, tack it down, elbow straight, thumb points behind you. Okay? That actually stretches out the bicep just a little bit more. As you start to creep down, I'm going to turn. So this front part of my wrist is going to be treated. I can still stay in the same position. Right after treating the bicep, go all the way towards where my wrist bends, and then I'll go all the way towards where my elbow bends. Now you want to kind of angle it a tad bit more so it gets that inner part of the elbow, because that's where those muscles attach, going all the way towards where your wrist bends. An alternative way is you can go into this position right here. I'm actually facing it this way. I'm going to take the opposite hand, grabbing the handle, pulling upwards so my elbow pushes down on the treatment side. So I'm going like this, going through the treatment area to where my wrist is, going back up. That's one alternate way, or you can keep it tacked down, doing the exact same thing with your elbow straight, going through the same range of motion. The last way you can do it is you can actually tack it down with your wrist bent and extending it with your fingers all the way up. So finding a spot with your wrist downward and then bringing your wrist upward, just like that. And that's how you work the front line. If you actually want to get the palm itself, you can actually place your palm on top of the roll. Just kind of go like this, back and forth. Notice how you can slip right off. So you might want to take that other hand, tack it down like that, and just use the weight of your body going over it. It's better if you actually use a ball on that one though. A ball or the detachable unit itself to kind of roll over it. To get the back line, I'm going to start in the same position. I'm going to treat from here, place the back part of my forearm on top of the dock and roll. I can grab it. Same thing with what I did with the front part of the forearm muscles. I can grab and pull up with my elbow bent. I can also do this technique with my elbow straight, going back and forth through the motion. I can hold it down on a spot that I want. I'll start with my wrist turned downward or pointing this direction, and then I'll go all the way up and curling my fingers. So my fingers are pointing downwards and then curling up into a fist just like that. Afterwards, I can take a knee to get the triceps or the back of the arm. So now I'm starting above where the elbow bends, tacking it down with my elbow straight, and then going all the way up to where the crease of where my body meets my arm, and then bringing it all the way back down. Now you might want to change up the angle. You can angle it this direction, doing the exact same thing with the elbow straight, and then angle it inward a little bit, going all the way towards where the body meets the arm. You can also tack it down, add some pressure, and bend the elbow, and then straighten it back out. Find another spot, tack it down, bend that elbow, and straighten it back out. After you work the triceps where it attaches on to the arm, and also into the body, then afterwards you're going to go into the delt, the back part. So now you're going to angle your body a little bit differently. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to angle it this way. So now I'm getting this back structure right in through here. So I'm going to angle my body just like that. Then I'm taking my elbow, bringing it closer towards my body. So I can find another spot and bring the elbow close to my body. I'll actually show you on this side. So again, I'm going towards the crease of where my arm meets my body. I'm tacking that area down, just like that. And then I'm bringing my arm towards my body, then finding another spot, and bringing my arm towards my body. I can lean forward a little bit, or I can angle my body back a little bit and do the exact same thing. After I work on that, then I'm gonna creep in to my upper traps all the way to the base of my neck. I first will get the base of my neck because it's easier this direction. I'm gonna lie face up. I'll start at the base of my neck, going all the way to the base of my skull. So I'll start at the base of my neck, going all the way to the base of the skull to where those upper traps attach. So after you get those, then you can get the dock and roll, take off the detachable unit. You won't need that because what you're going to do when you work the upper traps, this bigger area right in through here, that's where your head will be. The smaller part is where your arm will be. So I'll just drape this over just like that. From there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the handles and push downward this direction and that direction to take this roller itself and push down on my upper traps. I'm going to hold that position. Then from there I can kind of go back and forth with the roller, just like that with my head in neutral. I can also do it where I'm tacking it down on one structure, turning my head away, looking down towards my armpit. Or I can side bend away from the side I'm treating, or side bend away from the side I'm treating and looking towards it. Big trick is just play around with it, see what area needs to be worked on. Afterwards, I can actually angle the roller back behind me a little bit, so I'll turn around. Notice that it's a little bit more on my back, starting closer towards my spine and bringing it out towards my shoulder. Again, I'm pushing with my arms on the base itself, so I'm going from my spine all the way out into my shoulders, trying different angles at a time, all the way up that direction. I'm going relatively quick so you can see the different angles that you can try out. And that's how you work out, and that's how you work on the arm line with this functional foam rolling technique using the dock and roll.